Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Taka, a Japanese YouTuber. Today, I will talk about the differences between Japan and Vietnam. I went to Vietnam a month ago, and there are 8 things I noticed through that experience. The first one is about the traffic situation. I was surprised about the traffic situation in Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. I will introduce a video of the area around Hoan Kiem Lake in Hanoi where I was staying. When I first arrived in this area, I was dizzy because it was so different from Japan. First of all, in Japan, there are sidewalks and roads. Roads are for cars and motorcycles only, and sidewalks are for pedestrians only. However, in some areas of Hanoi, it is difficult for people to walk on the sidewalks. There are bikes and things parked on the sidewalks. There's no space to pass through, so I have no choice but to walk on the roadway. When I walk on the roads, cars and motorcycles approach me, so it's scary at first. But it's a strange thing, from the third day onwards, I got used to Hanoi and was no longer afraid of walking on the roads. Motorcycles and cars will avoid you in front of you, so there is no need to be more afraid than necessary. However, there are many people who do not obey the traffic lights, so it's better to be at least careful. By the way, Hanoi has safe and well-maintained roads depending on the location. It's not all dangerous, but please be prepared if you go to Hoan Kiem Lake area. The second thing is about prices. There's a lot of ones that I was expecting, but it was more than I expected. I felt that the things sold in Vietnam were much cheaper than in Japan. For example, if a massage costs 5,000 yen in Japan, it costs about 2,000 yen in Vietnam. You can buy it for less than half the price in Japan. Japan is currently in a recession, but when I was in Vietnam, I felt a bubble economy. However, some areas are high for tourists and some are rip-offs, so it depends on the store. The third one is about Vietnamese gourmet food. I enjoyed various Vietnamese dishes. What I actually ate were pho, banh mi, and egg coffee. Pho tastes like a lighter version of Japanese ramen. Banh mi is made by sandwiching the ingredients between hard breads, and egg coffee has a sweet sauce on the surface. They are all delicious. I thought that Vietnamese cuisine generally suits the taste of Japanese people. There are many Vietnamese restaurants in Japan, but the prices are high. Banh mi costs 130 yen at a food store in Hanoi, but in Japan it costs about 800 or 700 yen. I want to go to Vietnamese again because I miss banh mi and pho. Pho has an addictive taste. The fourth thing is about the fake brands. Fake branded goods are sold all over Hanoi's old quarter area. They were even sold at souvenir shops at the tour destinations. In Japan, if you sell fake brands on the street, you will be arrested. Many Japanese people think that fake brands are bad. However, the locals in Hanoi do not feel guilty at all, which I thought was interesting. Seeing them wearing fake brands so casually made me not want to buy a real one. I have no intention of buying a fake product, but I was wondering what the point was in buying a branded product at such a high price. The fifth thing is about drinks. There are vending machines and convenience stores everywhere in Japan, so you won't have any trouble buying drinks. I was completely used to a life where drinks were easily available. However, there are almost no vending machines in Hanoi. There are also very few convenience stores. For hygiene reasons, tap water is not drinkable, but it's hot outside, so I'm thirsty. When I entered the restaurants because I was thirsty, there was no self-service water, so I had to pay extra. All restaurants in Japan offer free water, so I was surprised to find that nowhere in Vietnam. Also, the juice sold in Vietnam has a very strong flavor. This may not be unique to Vietnam, but the taste was a little too strong for Japanese people. I asked the staff to fill it with ice, and after stirring it for a few minutes, it was perfect. The sixth one is about languages. Before I went to Vietnam, I thought that people in Hanoi could understand English to some extent. Because Hanoi is a city with a lot of foreign tourists, I thought that if they couldn't speak English, they wouldn't be able to survive. But the reality was different. I was at a certain restaurant and asked the clerk a question. Can I use a credit card? The clerk couldn't catch what I said. He also didn't understand the word cold drink. Maybe my pronunciation was bad, but it was shocking that they couldn't understand simple words. Immediately after the clerk didn't understand what I was saying, I doubted my English ability and checked the pronunciation of cold on Google Translate. My pronunciation and Google Translate were almost the same, so I think Hanoi was unique after all. I had no problems communicating in English at currency exchange offices and high-end restaurants in the city. The seventh thing is about scooter taxis. During my trip to Vietnam, I used an application called Grab to hail a scooter taxi several times. Immediately after you book a taxi, it will be right in front of you in just 3 seconds. I was surprised at how fast it was. The price is also surprisingly low, about 1/6 the price of Japan. While riding the scooter, it feels good to be swayed by the wind, and there is a sense of realism. I can say that the thing that impressed me the most during my trip to Vietnam was the Grab. Grab is must when traveling to Vietnam. The last 8th point is about nightlife. Hanoi's laws are very strict, and erotic entertainment and massage parlors are not allowed to operate openly. But at night, they perform illegal activities on the streets of Hanoi's old quarter. In fact, he showed me a naked girl on his smartphone and asked me to pay 8,000 yen. I ignored that, and this time, they haggled the price down to 5,000 yen. In the end, I was too scared to go to the sex shop. In Hanoi's old quarter, there are quite a lot of solicitation on the roadside, not just in the entertainment industry. Even in Japan, the toast at the izakaya calls out to you. But in Vietnam, it's twice as intense. Even beautiful women will talk to you vigorously. Japanese beauties are careful about their appearance and are modest, so this is a big difference between Vietnam and Japan. So yeah, that's what I could notice while I was there, and I hope you learned something new. I hope I didn't make you don't want to come to Vietnam. Please come, there's so many beautiful things there. And if you like the video, please like it. Tell me in the comments if there's anything that surprised you or anything you want to try if you come to Vietnam. And you can subscribe, ring the bell. See you next video. Bye bye.